Coach, let's get your thoughts on Courtney, right? She, first half, 17 of the 20 minutes possible she played, but I wanted to get your thoughts on just the secondary playmakers and how they did there in the first half.
I thought we got some good production from our bench today. We threw a couple of looks of zone at them, and I thought that we were pretty good in it. I think Elizabeth Williams gave us some great minutes off the bench when Camilla got in some foul trouble early. Beck came off the bench and did what she does, and then Rachel held it down from a point guard standpoint, and Michaela gave us some decent minutes as well. So I thought our bench was well. Courtney obviously 34 minutes is a little high for what we're anticipating, but with Haley down tonight, it's kind of what we went with. But she played as well as she could for tonight. So yeah.
Good second row.
Coach, when you're in a kind of like in a situation that you find yourselves in right now, having lost these 3 games, how important is it to have the veteran leadership on the squad, just kind of lifting everyone up, just to make sure that nobody stays down?
It's really important. I think that my voice extends as much as we see them in film and meetings, traveling, obviously in practices and in games, but the rest of the time they're with each other. And so whether that's in housing, whether that's in the locker room, what have you, you want the same messaging to be communicated all throughout, whether they're in our presence or not. And so that's when you lead on the vet leadership and the vet experience, and the ones who have been around this league a long time that understand this is a long season. And I think we showed a lot of improvement in tonight's game compared to the last 2, and so that's what we want to build on moving forward into Phoenix.
With all the threes they hit in the third quarter, were they getting too many open looks? Is there any more that could have been done?
Yeah, I think that this league is a league full of good shot makers, and I think that even those that you may deem to not necessarily be shooters per se, they're still professional basketball players, and any professional basketball player can make an open shot. And so, yeah, we wanted to contest them a little more, but I think we did pretty well for most of the game. They had a 33-point quarter in that third, and that's tough to deal with, tough to come back from, especially when the shots aren't falling on our end at the same pace. So.
We'll go back to Brian for a round.
So Angel was credited with 4 assists tonight, but she made about 5 or 6, I thought, assist-worthy type of reads. Can you just talk about her floor game just for you guys this afternoon?
Yeah, I thought Angel played really well tonight on both ends. I thought she was locked in, she was communicating, obviously was rebounding, and she's pushing up the floor. It's probably not up to her standard still. She's someone who holds herself to a high standard, and I think we do as a team as well. And so, but I thought she had some really valuable minutes and some good stretches out there from a defensive and offensive standpoint.
Were turnovers a problem again today?
Yeah, they scored 17 points on our 17 turnovers. So yes, turnovers again continue to be something that we struggle with, and will continue to be something that we work on moving forward. But it's another game where we had more possessions than our opponent and come out on the wrong side of it. So those possessions are valuable, and so we got to utilize them in moments to where we can get extra attempts at the rim or getting back to the foul line and things of that nature. So got to convert.
We'll go back to Brian and then to Zoom.
Second quarters have been kind of a challenge for the team this year. What's been your messaging with the team during halftime? Because in the third quarter, I felt like the intensity picked up for you guys.
Yeah, I think it's just whatever adjustments need to be made, or whatever you're able to watch a little glimpse of film during that halftime just to kind of see where you're falling short at, what kind of tweaks can be made. But I think there's the latter part of the third quarter is where we struggled. We struggled against New York as well, and so again, it's a work in progress to complete a full 40 minutes putting together. But again, I think that tonight we showed some areas that we wanted to clean up coming into the game, and I think that we gave some stuff to build on moving forward.
We'll go to Carly Bell on Zoom. Please unmute.
Hey, Coach Marsh, when you have 3 games here in about 6 days with so little time to practice in between, is it kind of beneficial to kind of be able to not have as much time to be able to kind of flush everything mentally that's been going on in these 3 losses and move forward? Or how do you approach, playing so many games in such little time this week?
Yeah, well, you're not going to fix everything in a night or in a game, and so I think that you take the most pertinent things from this game to learn upon, to watch on film, and to try to improve on going into the next one. And I think after that, I think it's about keeping your bodies healthy and fresh and getting the proper rest needed so that we're at full go going into this next stretch of games.
And if you look at your perimeter defense, especially in that third quarter, what are some things that you believe that you guys can do with your defensive identity to limit the amount of attempts that are coming at the 3-point line, especially later in games?
Yeah, I think it's just continuing to be to find ways to be on the same page. We do a few different coverages in tonight that we didn't necessarily use against Indiana or against New York, and so it's making sure the communication is there, making sure we're all on the same page, and rotating out the shooters. And I think that in the way that the league is nowadays, teams are playing a lot more spread out, and so it becomes even more vital that you're able to that your rotations are on point so that you can get out and contest those threes. To those prolific shooters, especially someone like a Plum or an Nazare.
Katie Duffy on Zoom, please unmute. No follow-ups, please.
Much more points in the paint tonight for you guys. How much of what we saw in the paint, especially with Angel and Camilla, was design plays versus just play action, what we kind of saw, what the defense gave you?
I think it was a combination of both. I think our guards also kind of made it a point to attack downhill and to get into the paint. It's an area that we felt like coming into this game that we could use to our advantage in different ways. And so I think 50 points in the paint is something that we want to continue to see and figure out how we're able to utilize that. Both our bigs and our guards are able to do that. And so. It was a point of emphasis coming into it. I think we did a decent job with it, and we just got to, when we can combine that with knocking down some shots, it's kind of been a tale of two sides for the last 3 games. We've been shooting it pretty well from 3 and haven't necessarily been attacking the paint much, and tonight was a little bit of the opposite. So.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.